Well, I'm super excited about having played these two teams that we played in the exhibition. I think this game tonight really was good for us in the sense of, Black Hills State they run a great system, and offensively and defensively they know exactly how they want to play, and he's got personnel to play exactly how he can play. Defensively, their system is just super aggressive, and that kind of pressure we don't mimic in practice. So it took us by storm kind of in the first half, and so for us to have to get into halftime with young players and regroup and then to come out as effectively as we did in the second half, I'm really happy about that. That gives me a lot of hope. It makes me think we've got players that really want to compete better, and so to me this is a super situation for us. We got ourselves into some situations at the end of the game that we had to practice and mishandled a few things there. And that's what the exhibition is for. It's to try to get you prepared for what you might see in non-conference, and I think we're in a great spot, at least as to having some preparation to get us ready for a very, very tough non-conference schedule.
You talked about kind of struggling in the first half. What were some of those second half adjustments you challenged the team with?
Well, we didn't run anything in the first half, and again, we knew that we knew they would pressure us a lot, but I didn't think it would keep us from getting the ball from one side of the floor to the other side of the floor and even to a third side. But it did. I mean, we couldn't, and so what we ended up having was just dribbling the ball a lot. We got into foul trouble, so it was a physical game in the first half, and the fouls, so you couldn't get a rhythm going. No one really handled anything well, and we didn't look like we could get into anything. So the challenge was really just get us into something we recognize, and we basically just made a simple play, and at least it got us from one side to the other side. And then I thought Courtney Smith coming out of half, even though her numbers don't look overly impressive, she was a huge presence for us on the rebounding side of it. We made them miss a lot of shots in the third quarter. She got a lot of rebounds. She got us running, and our guards got us some opportunities in the open court, and that's what we need. We need some easy baskets in the open court, and I thought Courtney Smith and Crystal getting back on the court after foul trouble, those two players really got us some momentum in the start of the second half.
Seemed like transition was a big part of that push in the third quarter. Is that more what you want to see from the team going throughout this year?
Yeah, we really do. I mean, we were on track to score 60 points, 30 in the first, and if we kept that up. So, no, at halftime we didn't think it was let's make some adjustments defensively. It was let's figure out what the heck we're going to do on the offensive end, and let's be better at that. And I thought we were. And I told the team what I'm really excited about is I think this is the kind of game that we would have lost maybe last year, because anytime we were 5 of 23, only made 5 threes, we would know there's no chance we win that game. So this team is built to withstand. We don't shoot the three well. We can manufacture points in other areas, mainly maybe transition. Got some offensive rebounds. So I like the way that this team's built. I think it makes us be able to play differently depending on what people do to us, and it doesn't make us so dependent on the three-point shot, which, again, I do hope that we can shoot it better than we have so far, but it's nice to not have to depend on that every night.
You mentioned you enjoyed the defensive play tonight. What were those things that you really liked from the team?
Well, I just liked how we handled the situation better in the second half. We didn't get into foul trouble. I thought the third quarter, where we only had 2 fouls at the end of that quarter, was the difference maker. We put them at the line so much in the first half, and stops the game, stops your chance to run. We just didn't make them miss enough in the first half. So the fact that we made them take harder shots, we didn't come off of shooters and help as much. We didn't have those rotations where they miss a shot and they get the weak side board. So we talked a little bit about that, just guarding better one-on-one. We're still not what we need to be, and I think when you get against, D1 athletes and certainly Pac-12 athletes like Colorado has, their length and what they can do, going to the basket, that's going to be a real challenge for us. But for you to be successful defensively, you pretty much have to guard the ball decently, and we've got a long way to go, but I like the fact that we did a lot better job in the second half and shored that up a little bit and at least made them miss some shots, and as we got our offense on track.
And got the 2 exhibition games out of the way. What do you take from these games that you really enjoyed from the team?
Well, the main point that I take from it is I just think we prepared ourselves a little bit for non-conference. You know, that's the point of all of it. I like the fact that we had to kind of compete this game and had to, you know, this really took some things out of us. Our young players really grew up tonight. I like the fact that we can watch this film and see what we did in the first half and how we didn't handle it, then turn around and see what we did in the second half. I mean, that's the point. We've got to give these young players as much game experience, high-level experience, reps, you know, and just to get them so that they're somewhat ready for conference season. And so exhibition gets you ready for non-conference. Non-conference gets you ready for conference, and that's the whole point. I don't know what our record will be at the end of non-conference, but I do know it will prepare us for Big Sky play, and that's what we're geared for, and we want to be really good in January and February and March. And hopefully these 2 games are getting us ready for that long path, November and December. Those are the key months where we're really improving as a team, and you get yourself ready for Big Sky play.